So let's look at how ViPR integrates into VMware, which is an example of how ViPR integrates with cloud stacks, others being OpenStack and Microsoft Hyper-V. For some time, enterprises have been able to deliver compute services on demand, but had to wait on storage, which drove frustrated users to the public cloud. Now, with ViPR, storage is abstracted and can be provisioned through VMware, delivering infrastructure as a service with compute and storage resources available as needed. So let's take a few different looks at how ViPR can integrate with VMware. First, we'll talk about VASA. ViPR employs a single VASA provider, which is one integration point to underlying ViPR-supported storage, whether EMC or third-party arrays. ViPR users can select ViPR storage in vCenter and map storage with VMs without the need to bother the storage administrator for storage resources. So right now we're logged into vSphere, and this VASA provider allows storage arrays to integrate with vCenter for management functionality and for VMware to talk to ViPR. So let's look at these storage providers. Right here, you can see that our vendor provider is a ViPR VASA provider, allowing VMware to talk to ViPR. If we head back to home, click on VM storage profiles, and then hit manage storage capabilities, we can see that we have the two different virtual storage pools that we had created within the ViPR GUI, high performance block and high performance file. So in this instance, we'll use the high performance file virtual storage pool from ViPR. Let's head back to home. So right here we can see our cluster. And you can see the two data stores that we just looked at, high performance file and high performance block. We can see that data store 1 is affiliated with the NFS, so that's the high performance file pool. And all we're doing here is mapping. So next we'll create a new virtual machine. Keep it as typical, call it new VM1. And what we want to do here is filter out all the compatible storage. So we can select this profile. It will automatically filter for compatible data stores. Now for our demonstration purposes, we only have a handful of data stores, but some enterprises may have thousands. So this filter feature is an easy way to quickly retrieve a compatible storage destination. So we'll choose this, hit next, go forward from here. And just for this demonstration purposes, we'll make it a tiny virtual disk size. Hit next and then finish. And we can see down here a couple of virtual machines that I've just created, using that high performance file pool to support those virtual machines, so supporting those compute and network resources that have already been abstracted. Next, we'll move on to vCenter Orchestrator. Okay, so now we're in VCO, vCenter Orchestrator, and I'll walk you through how to expand a data store. First, let's jump over to vSphere, and you can see here our data store 2 and our data store 1. So we have those there, about 2 gigs for data store 1 and about 8 for our data store 2. All right, so I'm going to right-click here to start the workflow, and we're going to bump this up to 10. Search for ViPR. Data store 2 is what we want. And submit. So now it's expanding. You can see that it's working because we have a green arrow here. Here's the workflow that started in the sequence of events. If we toggle back to vSphere, we can now see that it's been expanded seamlessly through vSphere only without going into the ViPR user interface. So next, let's look at vCenter Operations Manager, or vCOPS. We won't spend too long here, but just wanted to point out that we can monitor health and capacity utilization of the data stores. So there's a custom ViPR pack that you can see on these two tabs here, where you can also get metrics on system performance in addition to the capacity we saw in the last tab. So you can see here that this one is utilizing 85%, here only 2%, and we get that nice visual snapshot of utilization across different VMs, data stores, file systems, virtual storage pools, and virtual storage arrays. And we won't go into it in this demonstration, but I also wanted to mention that ViPR integrates with vCAKE, vCloud Automation Center. With vCloud Automation Center, you can present storage with compute directly from the service catalog. So with this entire stack, we're delivering on infrastructure as a service and really adding a foundation for the software-defined data center.